Hi, I'm Jennifer Evans, and this is Empowering Wellness Counseling Solutions. This week we're talking about universal constructs, which is really kicking off this negative dynamic. And tomorrow we're going to talk more about the negative dynamic in relationships, and today we're going to talk about self-fulfilling prophecies. So in my manifesting positive energy or perceived reality section, which was 2 weeks ago, we talked about self-fulfilling prophecies. And so what is happening is there is this lens that's coming on in our minds that is filtering out what information it is receiving and the perspective we are gaining in that information, and then what we are doing with that information. And so if you go into the video description, click on my blog, I'm going to have a full framework for you to follow to get out of self-fulfilling prophecies. And on there, you'll see the negative dynamic cycle. And so what is happening is that we are creating an anxiety and fear based on those universal constructs that we talked about yesterday. And as we're having these anxieties and fear, we are allowing our past to occupy our present, which is building a filter in our mind of how we are perceiving things. And because of what those universal constructs are, we are starting to have fears that they are coming up. So if we fear that we will have no friends, then we will be super anxious every time we meet somebody. And when we're super anxious every time we meet somebody because we want to people please, because we're afraid of rejection and abandonment, then what happens is we come on really, really strong, and people are like, this is a little too much. And so they pull away. Or a classic insecure statement for people who fear that they will not have friends or they will not belong, universal construct, they downplay their request, right? Scarcity mindset, fear of success, fear of failure, self-sabotage, scarcity mindset. This covers all of the barriers that trauma brings on and prevents for success. Oh, I mean, you're probably really busy. I'm having this party. I really was hoping a lot of people would come. I really was hoping you come, but I mean, you're probably busy. You probably don't want to come. I get it. It's okay. You don't have to come. You don't have to come. What did you just do there, right? You just basically put a bunch of negative energy, and people are walking away with that information to say, well, I don't think they want me there. And then they don't show because it doesn't seem like it's an inviting invitation. And then you're like, see, I'm such a loser. I have no value. I don't belong. People don't even see or hear or even know that I exist. Three of the universal constructs. And we keep reinforcing it. We keep building those cognitive distortions and reinforcing these fears. And we're doing it because we don't have trust in ourselves. Fear is the opposite of faith. When we have fear, we move away from our faith, our trust and our belief, either in a higher power or even ourselves or others. We begin to have doubt. Doubt is lack of capacity. Lack of capacity on the negative cycle. When we have doubt, then we have lack of trust. Trust feedback loop, right? We withhold and avoid for ourselves, which then makes it seem like we're withholding and avoiding others. So they don't trust us, so they withhold and avoid from us. Self-fulfilling prophecy. And how this connects to attachment, these are all in the negative dynamic. We're going to talk about it tomorrow, is that attachment says that when we are in a stress place, Technically, there's 3. I focus on 2 because the third one is a combination of the both of the other 2. And when we've had like parents who are alcoholics or high trauma, number 3 is you. It's a little bit of both. It's at the same time you fear abandonment and or you fear commitment, like you are an obligation to somebody else or they are an obligation to you. In a stress state, these 2 things will come up or both will come up equitably at the same time. And so that is also creating that self-fulfilling prophecy. Just like in the example I shared, it's all this kind of fear. And so we kind of push away so we can have a sense of agency or control. Now we're at number 4. See how it all plays together. And there's feedback loops for all of this. Go to my blog, you'll see the actual imagery. I made an infographic of these feedback loops. It is all connected. The reason why you people please, the reason why you avoid, the reason why you overcommit, the reason why you seek validation, it all is connected to these 5 universal constructs and the self-fulfilling prophecy, this perspective that we put out that almost encourages the worst thing that could happen. And because there are 4 barriers and trauma, fear of success, fear of failure, self-sabotage, and scarcity mindset, this is why there are these barriers. It's all reinforced. The beauty is neuroplasticity. Just because our implicit brain says this is what we do and this is how we aim to be safe doesn't mean that that's it. Like, everyone give up. No one's going to be successful. No. Neuroplasticity says that we can retrain the brain. So with proper coaching and therapeutic support, you can retrain your brain to get rid of the barriers, to get rid of these defensiveness and self-fulfilling prophecies, and live a happier and healthier, successful life. That is what my coaching practice does. Is it helps people to find awareness, acceptance, and action. And I have clear frameworks that I use with my clients that have been shown to be effective in being able to block out and change all these barriers so that we are in a positive cycle. We are consistently reinforcing value, capacity, and meaning in our lives. We have consistent understanding that we have agency. We have consistent understanding we have capacity or value. We have consistent understanding that we belong. Consistent understanding that we can be seen and heard. And that we are safe and secure. And when we have and foster that environment in our mind, we're fostering it in our body. Our health gets better. Our friendships get better. Our professional life gets better. Our personal life gets better, our relationships, and we actually open ourselves up to have a relationship because sometimes that's the barrier. And how we want to do this is we want to rebuild trust and connections with ourselves, mind-body connections. Last week I talked about the body trust map, so go back to that. It was in Gratitude Week. And how we're going to break the cycle. Mindfulness is the foundation to wellness. We're going to be mindful. We're going to be present. We're going to be aware of what our triggers are. We're going to accept. Radical acceptance doesn't mean agree that it's okay. We're saying this is where our brain is, and we're going to have our action steps. So reach out to me in the link in the video description. Schedule a free consultation and learn to break through your mind to get the life that you deserve. I am Jennifer Evans with Empowering Wellness Counseling Solutions. Please share this with somebody who could use it, who could understand that they can release that shame and guilt and live a happier and healthier life. Thank you.